Raven Show community? This is the Raven Show here, and I'm going to be doing a two-part to where I want to go to college. Now, as you all know, I'm a junior in high school, so there's that one decision where you make where you're like, okay, so I'm ready to go to college, but I'm not ready. Well, in my case, I'm not ready because college is a very tough decision to make, and me choosing the right college is hard, and it's a very difficult decision to do. Well, in my case, I have a couple SEC schools I want to go to. Now, these are SEC schools that are hard for anyone to get into, and I'm not going to be bashing the people who don't get into here, but my GPA, the other truth, is around 3.1, 3.0. So it's within the average, which I'll say, but it could be a lot better than it should be, but anyway, I'm going to just give you some brief colleges that I'm looking at. This is a two-part gun game, so if it just cuts immediately, I'm sorry. This is going to be I think this is a Ray, Domination, and it's also going to be a Newtown. This one I actually quit because I was so ticked off. You'll see why. But, yeah, so let's consider the first school. So, UGA. I'm about a 2.5-hour drive away from UGA. Actually, no, I'll say a 3-hour drive from UGA because I live in Northeast Georgia. But I'll say I live... because Athens, so Athens is about a 2-hour drive. So I say I live near Athens. Now, let's take into consideration about Athens. Great town, big city. Now, the one thing about Athens that I find is much different than any other colleges. It's like it's actually it's an actual big town. It's got a lot of people in it, and I'm quite surprised by that, And in another sense, it's also a town for people, to get together and gather around. Now, let's consider my options. First option I have is Mississippi State. Now, Mississippi State's a great college. The Bulldogs like the UGA, so that could be a consideration. But I'm not really considering UGA. I'm just considering the school I would be most likely to go into. But that's a great school. I like it. If you're listening, if you're a recruiter, if you're listening, I highly doubt recruiters listen to my videos. But yeah, if you're considering me, then consider me. But here's the cut through where I go to Newtown. But so let's go to my second school, and that's Ole Miss. Quite a far distance from my home state of Georgia. It's about I think it's like a 5-hour drive, 6-hour drive from my house, so I'd probably fly there just to get there and have to stay in the college town there. But, as y'all know, college towns are one thing I like to go through. People who recruit are the ones who, know how to recruit people, and it's just, they have that great experience of recruiting. But, I'm not going to be the guy who bashes about what colleges are not good for me. But let's consider my fourth option, and actually the third option is Tennessee. Big Orange, big ideas. I like Tennessee because it offers my major. There's also a couple other colleges that are much smaller than Tennessee. And, I know one college I visited my school the other day, and that was a school, I don't know if any of you have heard of it. It's in Boca Raton, I don't know how to say it at all. Boca Raton, Florida. It's called Len University. They don't offer any of my majors, but it sounds like a great school because they have a lot of good small classes. So that's another consideration. And then I also got to see a couple other schools that I really was considering. Those schools are considering are Valdosta State, so I'm really interested in Valdosta State, University of Florida, go Gators. Another school that you're going to think about that I really didn't know about, that I didn't know if I want to go to, is GSU, Georgia Southern University. Now, they have a great school, great academics there, but, I don't know how to consider my options. So, it's just based on what people like. But also, I want to make time to congratulate and thank all my subscribers for being able to be extra subscribers. I realize I've been posting in a while. This is just a Saturday edition. If you guys want to see it, me and Captain Clutch, a couple other guys might do a live stream. Yes, it's Captain in Clutch 16. I'll leave a link in the description. If it's a live stream, if you guys want to see it, but Captain Clutch is actually going to be doing a live stream. He did one yesterday and nobody came and we were all kind of ticked off. But anyway, back on the college thing. What do y'all think about college choices? I know college is a hard decision to make in your life because it's one more step before you're considered an adult in college, so they treat you like an adult. You don't live at home unless you really need to live at home because of financial aid. But another consideration when you think of college and you think about all the stuff that college can offer you, but one thing that I really want to get into college is I want to go to a college, and I know everybody's parent would agree with this, but I know by getting into a good college, that means doing your homework, getting good grades, Not all colleges offer the greatest, programs. These programs can include, you know, fine arts and sports and academics, but, you know, that one breaking point for me is I want to have two main things when I go to college. And I think this is particular for every other college that, you know, people want to go to. The first college I want to go to, in this college I find that it's great football life, so, you know, I can see myself going to most of their football games, and I can just say they're number one in the nation, and it's the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now, why do I say Alabama Crimson Tide? Well, first of all, Alabama, great school, offer great academics. So they have, I think all the SEC schools that I've seen so far that come to my school have at least 200 or areas of study. So it's a much better and bigger campus. I don't like UGA as much because it's much, I don't know. I don't know what do y'all think about UGA? You know, if you're in college, if you're about to go to college, you know, if you have any advice for me, and I mean, you can just leave a comment. I know some of y'all are already in college or subscribed to me, but I need y'all's input. You know, where do you think would be the best college for a young kid like me, 3.0 GPA, but wants to be in the sports management world to go to? And, you know, it doesn't have to be a particular college. It can be, you know, several places. You know, I know one option that I've had for a while now, but that option I had was Georgia UGA because it was so close. I have a lot of other colleges I'm considering, but, you know, I'm looking to get into broadcast journalism. So, you know, I actually have one friend who went to my school who actually got into University of Tampa, which I didn't realize they did broadcasting in Tampa, but I guess that's just one of the schools that he went to, that he considered to go to, and I'll be on his radio show tomorrow. So, you know, that's one place that I'm considering. You know, on the other hand, another school that, you know, you guys can look at for me is, you know, if I need y'all's help, I can ask you for y'all's help. I'm actually looking as far northeast as Clemson, which is not even that far from Georgia. And as far west as probably Mississippi. As far north, I could probably go to Notre Dame. And probably as far south as Miami. So, you know, there's a lot of places that, you know, will be willing to consider me. And, you know, places that I could see myself going to. But, you know, those are just a few options of colleges that I'm looking at right now. And, yeah, so let's continue on this college conversation. But, college, I know for me is going to be a big jump. Most of y'all are asking, what is my school life? School life for me is pretty much 6 classes a day, one elective. I have history, I have chemistry, I have English, which is pretty hard because we're reading a really hard book. And then we also have, you know, what else? For Spanish, that's like my highest grade because my teacher loves me, so that's just the highest grade I have. I have like a 95, 94 in that class right now, but so it's Spanish in that class. And then I'm also going to go to my elective. My elective is the same thing as my history. It's Civil War. I love Civil War. I can't tell you how much I love it. It is one of the best classes I think I've ever taken. Because it's so informational, you know. My teacher is so awesome. And I like Mr. Ford a lot. I think he's a great mentor. And I would love to have him in my graduation. You know, he's one of those guys you can see coming in your future. But anyway, on the topic of my classes, next year I'm taking, I think, physics. I definitely know I'm going to be taking a algebra for college students course. I've already been offered to go to a conference down at Vanderbilt University called PAVE. So I might consider that, you know, as a, you know, college help, you know, college tuition and aid. But that's one of those things that I can see myself going to, but I can't see myself going to. It's just, you know, the money part. Majority of y'all are going to be like, well, what about the money? Well, the money for out-of-state students, I know typically for me it's about a brand new car, which can vary from $20,000 to $40,000. The bigger the school, the more the money. I think the biggest tuition I found was at Tennessee, which was like, it was crazy expensive, but you know, you can't consider the money, you gotta consider the school and what is best fit for you. And you know, I have a lot of best fits, I will say, and you know, these best fits are not based on opinion, but based on, you know, how I'm doing academically. You know, am I struggling? I'm not struggling. I'm not gonna say I'm struggling. I'm just kind of, you know, looking at my options and deciding, you know, what is the best option for me, and you know, that doesn't really have to be affected by anything I do. But anyway, guys, I want to thank y'all for listening to my college choices. Leave a comment. I know I have my 53rd subscribers. 53 of y'all, can you please comment? Tell me what y'all think about college. If you're already in college, if you're not in college, give me some college choices that you think would be good for me. And I need some input help because I have started submitting my applications in December. So you know, I just need to kind of, you know, get ready to go for senior year, and you know, I'll be graduating next year in May. So I'm getting super close. And, you know, it seems like it's a whole year away, but when you're a junior, it seems like a reality that it's right there in front of you. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching today. This is the Raven Show here. I hope you enjoy this clip, and I'll see you all next time. So peace.
Bravo! Mortars incoming. Enemy napalm strike incoming. Friendly spy plane inbound. Enemy spy plane above. Enemy Huey headed your way. Enemy napalm strike incoming. RCXD ready for deployment. Friendly RCXD inbound. Fight to your last breath. Friendly spy plane inbound. Strike awaiting orders. Napalm strike awaiting orders. Friendly napalm strike on the way.